Hello, kindergartners, first graders, second graders, and third graders. It's Mrs. Hilliard here in Occupational Therapy. This is the session for the week of February 8th, 2021. We're going to get started. I have a hand warm-up, a craft, and self-help skills. So as always, we're going to work on shoe tying, but in your one-on-one session, we can work on buttons, snapping, and zipping as well. So bin number 1 is our hand warm-up. It's a new one. You'll need a Ziploc bag, hand lotion, and food coloring. And if you don't have food coloring, it will still work. This craft will still work, but it's more fun with food coloring. So we're just gonna get an empty Ziploc bag and we're gonna squeeze in some hand lotion into the Ziploc bag, about 2 or 3 applications. You don't need a ton of hand lotion. I know it's expensive. And then we're gonna put just a couple drops of food coloring into the bag. And at home, you might wanna make sure you have a towel down when we're doing this in our virtual sessions, or if you do it at home. And then we're gonna close the Ziploc bag really, really well so the hand lotion doesn't come out. And we're gonna put it down flat on the table. And by pushing on the hand lotion in the bag, we're gonna mix in the food coloring, and it's gonna create a tie-dye effect. And this is a great sensory input activity, because not only are we getting that tactile input of that smooth or kind of mushy koosh ball feeling of the lotion in the bag, but we're also getting visual sensory input watching the 2 colors blend together. So next we're going to work on finger isolation, holding one finger up. A lot of kids struggle with this, especially if they can't hold a pencil correctly. So we really want to work on using this side of the hand. So we're going to practice our pre-writing and writing on the Ziploc bag. So if your child is working just on pre-writing shapes, such as a circle and a cross and a diagonal line, we can do that in the lotion. So you just push down. It works on finger strength as well. We made a circle. And try across, down, and across. And I see a lot of kids struggling with that because they don't cross the visual midline, which is a very important reading skill because we track left to right when we're reading. So what I see sometimes is students drawing a line down, and they'll draw halfway across until they get to the line, and then they'll jump over the line and come out the other side. So they're not really intersecting the 2 lines. So this is a good opportunity to practice crossing midline. And if you've mastered those pre-writing shapes, as I mentioned, you can work on letters too. So this is a fun way to practice the letters in your name or the letters of the alphabet. Make sure you start the letters at the top. It's a very important skill for proper letter formation. I see some kids starting their letters at the bottom, and that can really confuse them when they have to form their letters. So you'll have fun with this, and it lasts for a while. Just keep it in a safe space so your little ones don't dump out the lotion and get it somewhere where it shouldn't be, like on the carpet. So we're going to move on to bin number 2, our cutting, pasting, and writing activity. And it is Black History Month, so we are going to celebrate Mr. Garrett Morgan. He is a Clevelander that invented the traffic light. So we are going to make a traffic light. So we're going to practice folding paper, cutting on a line, tracing circles, and coloring in boundaries. A lot of you have goals to color in boundaries. So we're going to work on covering all the white and holding our crayon or our marker the right way. So you'll need black paper, white paper, a red marker, a yellow marker, and a green marker, or crayons, scissors, and glue, and something round to trace, something that's small. You don't want it too big. This is a 7-ounce can of garbanzo beans, but at home you can use a lid to a Play-Doh or a Therapy Buddy container, and you might have to just troubleshoot and hold it on your paper to make sure that the circles will fit on a vertical half sheet of paper. All right. So the first thing we want to do is practice tracing the circles. So we're going to take our template and we're going to use that stabilizing hand to hold the template down and trace around the template to make 3 circles. It could be anywhere on the white paper. And this is when we get to practice cutting out shapes. I know a lot of you are struggling with cutting or scissor skills, and a lot of you are getting really good at it, but you can never practice too much. We want to work on getting those smooth strokes when we cut out shapes. So make sure you're holding your scissors the right way, thumbs up. And we're going to cut slow. Don't want to cut too fast because then we rip the paper or the strokes are choppy and not on the line. 2 more. And don't forget to turn the paper. And last one. We have 3 circles. We're going to set those aside. Get rid of our scraps. Then we're going to take our black paper and we're going to hold it like a TV. So it's going to be horizontal. Put it down in front of us and practice folding paper. So take the bottom corners, bring them up to the top. Push down to make a crease. It should look like this when you're done. Look for that line and we're going to cut on that line. Make sure your thumb is up. And if you need to bolden this line with a marker or a white crayon, that helps too. So now we are going to use just 1/2 of this paper and save this for another craft. And then we're going to take glue. I'm actually going to use a different kind of glue because that glue stick is getting low. And we're going to glue these circles onto our paper like this. So you can kind of take a look and just evenly space them going down. Glue does not want to work. There we go. So 1, 2, and 3. Really have to work on my hand strength there, squeezing that glue. So you can see that we actually cut them before coloring. Now we're going to color. So the reason I like this is because by adding the contrast of the black background and pre-cutting the shape, it's going to force us to color in boundaries. And we do this a lot in OT where we cut first and then color. So you'll see when you do this project that your child will be more inclined to color in boundaries and cover all the white if they color after they cut. So we got a red stoplight, and then we're going to do a yellow one. And again, we want to say cover all the white. So many kids have goals to color within boundaries, so this is a great activity for this because it gives us an opportunity to cut out a simple shape and glue before coloring. Yellow and green. And this is a nice opportunity to sit down and talk about Black History Month, talk about a stoplight, what its functions are. You can also talk about colors if your child is having trouble recognizing colors. Most of you in grade school don't have that as a goal, but we can also talk about the meanings of the different colors. Stop, slow down, and go. And that's it. That's our craft. So for our writing piece, we are actually going to make up a sentence this week and then write it. So I printed out a fact sheet about Garrett Morgan from the history.com website, and we can pick a fact from this printout and we can simplify it to practice writing our letters and numbers. So I can hold this here if you want to copy the first sentence. Some of those words might be a little big for your little one, so they can just practice copying the sentence that's in the larger font. And I like this sentence because we can practice our numbers. And if this is too difficult, we'll just make something up. We'll make a sentence up. All right, we are moving on to shoe tying. So you guys are doing so good with this. Remember, keep your top eye holes open. Take those plastic ends on your laces and plug them in. You got your 2 bunny ears. Pinch them in the middle. You're really working on pinching. Pinching in the middle, make an X, save a space down below, take the one that's behind, push it down through the tunnel, pinch and pull, bring them back up, pinch again, make an X, save that space, push the one that's behind down through the tunnel, and pinch and pull. Now if you want to try the other way, the standard shoe tying method, so maybe you guys are working on that. Pull your laces up big and kind of overemphasize that cross. Bring your laces up and look for the X. Take the lace that's behind or closest to your body, push it down through the front, through that tunnel, pull. Make 1 bunny ear, make sure it has a nice long tail. And then tie a knot here or put a red marker or black marker dot and take that dot all the way around the bunny ear, but save that space down below and push that knot or that marker dot down into the tunnel and pinch and pull. And you did it. Got your shoe. So thanks for joining me today. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I look forward to seeing you in our live session.